proud to introduce Sophie Tongyu, and just a little bit about her. I'd like to hear the whole story one day, but anyway, she worked in, she's originally from Beijing, and she lived all over the place. And she reckons she's still figuring out where she's from. Well, let's hope it's Preston for quite a long time. And she graduated with a biology degree in the USA. And but as I say, she's now working here where she's a senior research assistant at the University of Lancashire, or that UCLan it should be. And writing's always been part of her life, and the condition and identity deeply enthrall her as subjects. Her works have appeared in the Banyan Review and the Tiger Moth Review, and she's a nominee for the Pushcart Prize. Sophie Tongyu.
Sorry, so technically not the first time, but still, does it work? Okay. Thank you for coming, and thank the Damson poet for the opportunity that I treasure this opportunity to launch my new book, Early Settlement. Just a few words on what the book is about. It's one of the toughest jobs for the author themselves to talk about what your book is about, especially poems. So I have to write everything down. Very briefly, it's a meditation on space, about how we interact with the space, rendering us becoming the space. About human condition. So the human essentially is a condition, and this is about the search for identity, for home, and for what's missing. So with that, I have 6 poems to share with you, just to give you a little tour around the early settlement. Okay. The very first one. The trees are flying this autumn day, all of their golden hearts too in slow motion. At your feet, they pulled into my reflection, on whose impeccable surface the gray wood pigeons straw. I intone a kind of bird language, and thousands of them start to examine my integrity, flashing their eyes in the leaves. The conversation lasts the whole way, for the rumor spreads like wildfire. It is a small community, it is a city park. No one's seen me. I warble as an invisible all the way home. In the Garden of Eden, I am growing weeds. In the Garden of Eden, I am growing weeds. Weed on my basket for a harvest. They are tall and wild, much like my uneven shoes, nervous frills, confiding to me about a storm. I need my time by the windowsill, waiting for that dove to nip away my hour. For dove always arrives with storm. I hold the feather, still warm, yet already ignorant of its owner, plucked from a flight or a battle, announcing the end of the season, the end of war. I shall use it to decorate my pottery, my stone mill. Time grows tall and wild. It is all peaceful by myself. Watching the garden, finding your mother is the little bush and the roadside sizzle on a foreign land. Is the unknown soil beneath everyone's feet. Be good and plant in your garden. She will grow as time grows. With patience, you will harvest. Though spring loses its footing here, she cannot stand the hypnosis of the weeds. The crowns and the canaries give in. The bees and the butterflies, there is no point for their visit. The weeds are unfazed by the cold days. Winter absolves their evergreenness. I absolve my quiet joy. They only desire to turn the dust into earth by all the genuine gestures. Let me keep them accompanied and be engulfed by the deluge of infallible. Makes me feel the pivotal something I can finally forego. So is the cold, recovering from the bereavement of the ginkgo gold. Those leaves fold, sink into their bones, so each vein and pole line can finally be read. A plant dies like a man, bent down by gravity, returning to the color of the earth. What is bent to is time. Rejoice over being its own progeny and its own mother. Laugh at a lament all at once. That they wait for each other at the root, a hopeful silence called parenthood. For each step taken is away from its origin. For I am here, feather in hand, curled edge, stooped head, must complete my linear line in a circle. So I bend into the soil to seed the bent, weary time. I sow my mother. This small time will return to an ocean of time, and we will be what we have dreamed in the seed again, each its own mother and its own progeny. There shall never be a mistake. I shall always recognize your face behind the green, even on a foreign land, to hold close any chance of meeting by watching over the garden, calling me to join. I sow myself, breathe my mother from beneath. In the Garden of Eden, the harvest will begin. Chronicle of Stone. Chisel by chisel, the afternoon is opened. One eye and another, like shards and wounds. Into a new world, into a new born. Rifting a landscape to introduce light. Without protest, I decant into stone. Beneath its skin by the window sprouts an expansion in muse. Gray and luminous, between the blades by the grace, open my pursed lips, cupped hands, and my heaviness for which I move. Tear apart the calmness to valleys, hills, a river below, a gleaming flock of pebbles or gulls, of a desire to bend a surface inward, to rush into quietude. Already the unsettled face, nearly dried soft, dusted off to a permanent sober warmth. Is it too soon? Let alone the chapel relic trembling in the storm, crumbling and resurrecting at the mountain foot, never a chance for a repose. Water has claws, winds have ears, so hear me out. Spread my pulsed forehead, a mosaic of times, disfigured by rains and mosses and too many curious hands. They have promised that storms always soft. Now, empty yourself to bring my cup, so that no secret, no indication, no nothing will be leaked out. Between our skins, hush. In the stillness, there's always a desire to breach, to grind a climax, to find granules. Each sand a desert, exhausted and fully savored, like dandelions, dancing, rupturing a fertility by one shake of head, the occupied to elsewhere. Breath by breath, finally pulverized. To belong is to be devoured into the earth. It is true that all creatures are born from a common womb. One and another, my body parts collide, then follow, learning to hold all the wrinkles against the chill, like pushing open many doors, like the many hands come and brush close the eyes to scars healed, full and demure. So, without protest, I decant the sands into stone, to rush into quietude, chisel by chisel, opened my shards and wounds, opened a world. Concert. I walk into this concert where everyone plays harp. The harp comes in with various sizes, from barely an adult hand to a small mansion. They take on different shapes. When they play, I feel the sensation on my skin like it rains. So I can't help but sing along too. So I join the concert and I become a harp. Random thoughts. Outside, the trees shed their feather. Only then I realized they've been flying the whole summer. People running in the wind become the wind, chasing leaves and the rain chases behind. Clouds low reflect in my head those seagulls, folding in half the brilliant years of long letters. Some people are so afraid of giving. I give for a living. I see the suns floating in my bowl with truffle filling, some slightly deformed. I eat the suns every evening. Glue descends from the sky. I don my hat, made of fog. Over Sri Loch Lomond, a dozen new moons swarm in, arranging themselves in a corner, conversing in quiet voices. The doors held no grip. They will slip out, never to be back. There are children. Out in the dark, I hear their laughter jogging down my memory lane. Last one of my favorite, a short one, the walk. Each tree stretches a big winter yarn. I let the wind push me around. No thought, no thought. The sun, myself, my shadow. 3 points and 1 line. My shadow is what the sun's written about me. The industrial landscape slipped off the tall grass mine. All the roads are the same road. There is nothing else for me to do but walk.
I don't say this lightly, but that is sensational poetry.
Thank you so much.
I've already bought the book, so but other people can buy it from that table in a bit.
Yes, and in Waterstone.
And I bought it from Waterstones, and I didn't bring it along, so I don't get an autograph in it. So I'm going to have to I'll get one off you somewhere. I really love that line. I put it in the blurb for tonight's show. People running in the wind become the wind. That really terrific lines. And that was the other one. I know the note up somewhere. Everyone playing harp. You go into the concert and everybody's like that.
Yes.
Astonishing. Thanks for that. We're going to have a short break now. Well, the break now, but there's a couple of things I just need to mention. I mentioned the train talk. It's President's Festival.
It's a Wilfred's.
Anyway,